Good, good.
I have a green light. Anyways, I'll just speak up. I know it kind of sounds silly to ask about, how different Vegas is without Asia, but from a different angle, how much does that change how you guys kind of change your approach, change your scheme, kind of change the game plan a little bit when she's not out on the floor?
I will. I'll be a little bit more honest than I normally am. We faced Dallas without Paige, and I thought Dallas played really well against us, and they beat us. And so, to be perfectly frank, um, for me, knowing how impactful, arguably the greatest player in the world, is to not be out there, I think for us it challenges our experience and our just understanding of this league that somebody for Las Vegas, if not multiple somebodies, are going to look to step up tonight. And so for us, we can't, we're not in a position where we can afford to say, okay, Asia's not out there. We're looking good. We're just not there yet. We're striving. We're taking those steps forward. So to answer your question, for me, it's like we just have to be so locked in. Like we just have to be so locked in. And I'm sure that their guards are going to step up. Melissa's played well for them as well. So people are going to look to step up, and we just have to respect the moment and the challenge that we have.
And just one more for me. We've had a little bit of a sample size now with Steph switching roles. Just from your perspective, how's that kind of come along and just adapted? And I know you guys are still trying to kind of find her and get her in a groove. How's that transition and that process coming along?
Yeah, it's a tough one for me. I'm a real big Steph Dolson fan, and so I would say the reason why I say it's a tough one is because I feel like even in limited minutes, and I know she wants to play more, and I frankly want to get her out there more. She still makes an impact. She throws some passes that only she can throw. She moves the ball the way only she can. Although our post players are learning from her, which is awesome. Um, she is not shot well from three. I mean, that's just clear. I'm not so sure that that's going to hold for a full season. Um, but yeah, I just still feel like she has an impact. That being said, Kira and Kiki have played well. You know what I mean? And she has been a pro. Steph now has been a pro in terms of kind of, playing the role that she has and also just being a great teammate.
Hey Sydney, looking at the defense and kind of the month-to-month splits, May to June. I'll leave out July because we just started July, right? But May to June, it looks like the defense, the points off turnovers are up, the steals are up, but opponents are also shooting better overall. So how are you kind of squaring that circle and evaluating how your defense is progressing with kind of some mixed signals a little bit?
Yeah, I just got to take away something. Like we're not quite there where we can just kind of take out everybody, and so we're playing the numbers a little bit, and so yeah, there's a little bit more pressure. Hopefully, our defensive rebounding can stabilize, if not improve. There are some teams that have hurt us in terms of like their key players, trying to neutralize some others. So there's a little bit of defensive strategy that we've changed in the month, and I'll leave it to the 12 other teams to figure out what we're trying to do. But we still remain, fairly pleased with what we're doing defensively, knowing that we can always improve. And so I guess I'd just say it's a long way of just saying like you got to give up something. And right now we're kind of playing the numbers a little bit.
And then on the other side of the ball, looking at Shug's numbers, she shot over 50% from the field over her last five. For her to be doing that as a guard, what do you think has kind of helped her kind of take that step up as of late and be efficient scoring the ball for herself specifically?
Yeah, she's swimming and bathing in the culture development here. Like honestly, like that's just all it is. Like we're getting time in the gym with our players. We're looking at each and every one of them in terms of how they can get better. We take our our stay ready group workouts. We do 3-on-3. We do individuals. I just and I think that the player development is not just the on court. So um, I just see it through and through, and she's really, really taken to it. I wish that the W had like a most improved like team instead of just one player. I honestly think she would be right there. I think I think as this league grows, and you just see these players, just a Kayla Thornton, like she's always been good, but she's playing at another level. You know, I think Shug is one of those as well. So I just would, and I could go on, but there are a number of players that are really kind of getting it, in their third or fourth year, and I think it's a credit to those players and the coaching staff. So, um, yeah, I just think Shug is really buying into what we're trying to do here, and we're thrilled about it.
Sydney, being Wicked Knight here at Mason, do you happen to have a favorite Wicked song?
You know, I will tell you. First of all, no. Okay, like I'll leave that to my kids, all three of them, who are all into it. But I have to tell you, when I got my Steph Dawson Wicked card, I was like doing cartwheels. All right, I'm a big fan of the movie, big fan of Steph. So you just combine those two. So I actually screenshotted them and sent them to my kids like right away, and they were thrilled. So I don't know what that says about me. Maybe I have too much free time, but it's just cool to kind of have that theme and bring two things that are really cool, with the basketball and obviously a special musical there.
And we didn't get to ask after the last game, but Kiki exited there for a moment. Yeah, obviously, she came back, which is probably why we didn't ask about it. But is she good? Did she happen to go through like concussion testing or anything like that?
No, no, nothing like that. She's just as tough as she comes, and yeah, we couldn't have played her if she had something serious like that.
Sydney, wanted to get your thoughts on what Shakira has been able to do this season. I know we're basically halfway through the year. She's been able to stay healthy. She's been able to be productive down low. What have you seen out of her? Has there been any growth, maybe from where we were in May to where we are now in July?
Massive. Like she was always able to score. It was a tough matchup to deal with one on one. She's passing the ball. She's finding teammates. We can play through her. Um, it's kind of different when you throw it in the post and just the ball stops and just nobody else is involved. That's not Kira. Like she's helping us play well, and she can get better, in that. But her passing, her desire to bring teammates along with her, she's rebounding well. She's getting to the line. She knows she's got to improve on her free throws. Um, she's competing, and she's letting her play do. I mean, she's feisty, and she'll talk a little bit to the other team and the refs, but she's letting her play do the bulk of the talking, and I'm so proud of her. Like just so happy. And the last thing I say, she just looks like she's having fun playing basketball, and that's what we want for all of them. But all that she's been through, I'm just really, really happy that she's enjoying the game with her sisters. I couldn't ask for more.
And I was going to ask more on that. The fact that this has really been her first healthy season in a couple years, how much is that really, reflected off of her game? The fact that, she's been able to play more free. She hasn't really been able to, she hasn't worried about things, missteps coming her way over the course of the year.
I think she's also become more professional, just in terms of like really pouring into her, her care off the court. Our performance, our medical has done a really good job in supporting her, and she's really, she's taken like a good two steps forward in that regard of like, really just trying to take care of her body and make sure that she's available. So I think that's been a big add. It's hard to build momentum when you can't get games under your belt.
You assess the officiating this season in the league?
I mean, that's a loaded question. You know that. I would say for me, it's one of the toughest jobs in the world in sports. It's just like officiating basketball games. So, and so there's some grace. There's massive amounts of grace that I want to give from start to finish. My big thing is communication. Just so that we just a feeling like we're on the same team, and then consistency, those two. And so, that's all. That's all I have to add.
Does officiating change the way you guys approach the game?
Not at all. Not for me. I really want our players to focus on the challenge of the five other players on the court and try to just rise above whatever calls come their way. So not at all. I'm really intent on us just trying to attack the other team and hold together no matter what the adversity is.
That's all the time we have. Thank you.
Thanks.